everyone, welcome back to the Galanders Motors YouTube page. I'm Matthew and next to me is the Suzuki Swift Sport Hybrid 2020 in burning red. We've got it and we're going to tell you all about it. Now you're probably thinking, it's a facelift already for a car that's only been available since 2018 in this model. However, it's almost as if the mild hybrid facelift has started drinking Malbec, listening to classic FM and playing golf on Sundays. It's trying to be just a little bit more grown up. There are new car emission regulations on the way, and all car manufacturers are feeling the economical pressure to one extent or another. Now the hot hatch has been upgraded with a sensible 48 volt mild hybrid battery and a 10 kilowatt electric motor to smooth out torque graph and to reduce emissions. So with the added batteries and electrical features, you'd expect this car's weight to have risen dramatically, but it's only risen 15 kilograms from the last model. This Swift Sport weighs a dinky 1025 kilograms and it has a generous boot space of 265 litres, which I think for a hot hatch is huge. Now Suzuki have done their best to liven up what is essentially a budget cabin. Red go faster strips along the dash top, a nice leather steering wheel, flat bottomed, soft touch leather, and a bit of an outdated retro multimedia system, but if that's not okay with you, it does have the ability for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto via USB. Down here you've got a USB port and a 12 volt power outlet as well as an auxiliary input, and then here's your air conditioning settings in the centre here. Automatic headlights and automatic intermittent rain sensing window wipers are also included. Down here you've got average fuel economy figures, miles per gallon, driving charts, stop times, a clock there, turbo motion, torque and power meters, acceleration and braking charts, turbo boost, engine temperature, how the engine and the motor and the battery work together, and a digital speedometer. Now all of this is useful for a statistics geek like myself, but is it useful for you? Now if you aren't driving like Richard Hammond, a fuel economy figure of 50.1 miles per gallon is both impressive and achievable. This is compared to about 45 in the last model. Now this all works by cramming a small 48 volt lithium ion battery underneath the front seats and putting a 10 kilowatt electric motor into the engine bay, which replaces the alternator and the starter motor. Now this enables a start-stop functionality, which does stop and start rather smoothly, as well as providing an electrical boost to the front wheels to improve acceleration and to compensate for the turbo. Bad news on this end. This car is only 9.1 seconds to 60 miles an hour, which is a second slower than its previous counterpart. Now I'm sure no one at Suzuki particularly wanted to make the Swift Sport any slower, but the Swift Sport has fallen foul of the same emission regulations that are seeing the Suzuki Jimny being taken from sale in 2021. Now here's a fun and exciting fact. How did you get there? Anyways, it has a 10% shorter throw on the gear stick than the last one, which means you can get through the gears quickly and smoothly. Not to mention the sport bucket seats, which I currently don't have the privilege of sitting in. Now Suzuki's high-spec list of safety features is bountiful. You get high beam assist from your LED front headlights, lane keeping assist, rear cross traffic alert, forward collision avoidance assist, autonomous emergency braking, blind spot monitoring detection, and adaptive cruise control and keyless entry are also nice adds in there as well. Now the Swift Sport comes with the usual go faster stick-on attachments, such as the sports exhaust, carbon sporty front and rear bumpers, and a nice roof spoiler. Now you get the choice of 6 paint colours for free, or you can pay extra for a tasteful amount of attachments such as stickers or the black roof and wing mirror pack. Now here's the catch. The last model of the Swift Sport would have cost you about £18,000, making it one of the best value for money hot hatches on the market. However, this newly updated hybrid version will cost you about £21,500. It's still £1,000 to £2,000 less than some of its competitors, such as the Ford Fiesta ST and the Volkswagen Polo GTI, which still makes it my pick of the bunch. But the real question here is, how does it drive? So, the car is smooth on the move. You can feel the road and the steering wheel is lively in your hand. Now the hot hatch powers out of corners, with the mild hybrid system smoothing over the gaps before the turbo kicks in. Now there's next to no turbo lag either, and the acceleration builds rather steadily. Now the ride avoids being needlessly rigid, and around the town the car is an amiable car for a sport. The car has the ability to play it calm, but also the ability to leave a set of traffic lights like your Daniel Ricciardo. It has decent ride and a planted feel, and the hot hatch spirit certainly remains, but it just feels a little bit grown up. The Swift Sport is great for quick driving. It's accessible and there's no bite or snarl with it. It feels sort of like an arcade simulation game, and personally, I love that. So as I've been conducting my review on the Swift Sport, I've been taking it home myself, just to see how it is in day-to-day life. And if you're wanting to drive it naturally, without wringing the neck out of it and putting your foot down constantly all the time, it is actually a very, very nice little hatchback to drive. But that moment when you need to overtake a tractor or a digger or a granny going 40 miles an hour, it's got the power to accelerate just quickly enough to feel quick and to make it just a hot hatch. Now one thing that I love about this Swift Sport is obviously its multimedia system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility. Apple CarPlay just makes everything so much easier for your journeys. So obviously you've got Google Maps or Apple Maps or whatever it is you use for your sat-nav. I mean, the car does have a built-in sat-nav, but that Apple CarPlay just makes it ever so easier. Now one thing I hate about the car is the lane keeping assist system. Fair enough, it's good for motorways, but in a place where we live in the north of Scotland, where it's a lot of country roads and maybe some of the lines aren't centred properly or correctly, it can be a little bit annoying. And what I don't like about that is you have to turn it off manually every time you get in the car. There's no setting just to keep it off, and that's one thing that I do dislike about the car. But certainly from my experience, the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. Now I'm going to head back to Galander's. I hope you've enjoyed our review on the Suzuki Swift Sport Hybrid, the 2020 version. If you have, leave a like, subscribe, comment what car you would like to see next, and I hope you have a very, very nice rest of your day. Stay safe and take care. Goodbye. Thank you very much for watching Galander's Motors on YouTube. We hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, if you could leave a like, subscribe and comment what car you'd like to see done next, that would be greatly appreciated. For all our fantastic deals and offers on new and used Suzukis, check out us on Facebook at Galander's Motors on Facebook. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed.